Hello everyone, welcome back to Resinet, or welcome to Resinet if this is your first time. So I'm getting ready to go on a vacation and I was thinking about some different small games, deck of cards, things like that I can take with me. We're going to be gone for some weeks and I wanted to pack light, so I decided I am going to make this Mancala game. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but it's really easy. You don't need dice. You don't need anything except for the little buttons that come with it. You can use, marbles are probably a bit too big, but you can use maybe like some gemstones or just something that's easy to pick up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to work on these last. It comes with, gosh, it looks like several. I don't even know how many, but it looks like it comes with several different pieces here for you to put it together at the end, which I believe it should go like this, and then be able to close it. But this is actually a really nice size mold. We're going to want these little cups here are going to be what the game is based on, and then each player has a little home spot at the end. This is nice and shiny, and I just thought it would be fun to make this kind of pretty. Now, I've got a little bit of resin here made up. This is black. It's got a bit of black mica powder, Sigwang mica powder, and just a drop or two of my Handy Art Black Velvet India ink, just to kind of give it a nice opaque black color. And then I've got just a little bit of clear resin made up here. Now this isn't going to be enough for this project, but I think altogether I've only got maybe about 4 ounces made up, but I thought maybe this would be kind of a nice beginning. So what I want to do is I'm going to add some, I think some gold foil flakes to my clear here. Okay, I'm using just this Kino imitation gold leaf flakes, and gosh, these are wonderful. That comes really full, and I've been using this jar for a while, and even as I take stuff out, it must just kind of expand because it's always full. It's one of those things that never seems to go down. Let me move this over a bit so you can see I've only got 2 ounces of clear here. So I'm only going to put not a whole lot. Get in there, sticking to my tweezers. That's a bit too much. Now this stuff, if you haven't worked with this gold leaf foil before, I'm telling you, it definitely sticks. So some of those chunks are a little bit big, but when you start stirring it, it definitely will all break into smaller pieces. Okay, get this out of the way. If I can get this in there. Some of it's not going to come off, but that's okay. So you're just going to stir it in. Get it down off the sides best as I can. It's getting a bit thick, my resin. It's been sitting a little while. But you see here how that's just kind of a really pretty gold foil mixed in. And it's so light that it doesn't sink to the bottom. It doesn't float to the top. It really just kind of is nice. It stays put, okay? So there's that. Here is my black. I'm going to go ahead and spray some alcohol in here. A couple sprays, a little bit in there too. So what I want to do is I want this to kind of be even on both sides. So I'm just going to I'm going to come across this way at no real design. I'm just going to kind of go through it. I'm going to do the other side the same way. I'm going to use one of my spatulas to get the rest of this black out of here. About like that. I'm going to wipe off my stick. And now we're going to kind of do the same thing with this gold leaf. Just going to kind of bring it in here, a couple of areas in between. This is definitely not going to be enough, and we're going to have to do this again. I have to make up some more resin. This is the kind of part that's kind of fun. You know, you just don't know what you're going to get until it's all done. It's fun to kind of add different shades and things. Put a little bit more here. We're just about out. And some of it's going to run over each other, and that's okay. But we'll end up with some parts that will be translucent with the gold, and then we'll have some of the opaque black will come through. Okay, you guys, that's all I'm going to do for this part, actually. That's all the resin I've got, so it's a good spot just to let this cure. And then when it's done, we'll come back and we'll do the next step. All right, I will see you then. Back with our Mancala game. This part is all cured. And you can see that most of the gold and translucent all kind of stayed in the same place. The black really didn't overpower it too much. So what I'm going to do now is I've got 8 ounces of J-Diction made up. I'm going to pour it all into this other cup here. Just going to put it all in there. And then I was thinking about what I wanted to do for my next layer of this. So what I decided I'm going to do is I've got a good maybe 1/2 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch of room here left to work with. And I wanted to show you something really quick, if I can find it. Okay, so when I first ordered this game online, I'm pretty sure I ordered it on Temu, I'm pretty sure. And when I got it, I was disappointed because it only came with one side of the game board, okay? So basically you would have to make one side, let it cure, and then make the other side and either hope that it all turned out to be the same, you know, color or whatever. And then it came with this little thing here to make your little buttons or beads or whatever you want to call it for your game. There's 24 in there. But when I had planned, since this game came with 2 sides and it also came with one set of 24 to make your little beads, I thought, well, I'll just take this out and use it, and then I can make all the little bead things at the same time. Well, when I got this out, I just wanted to show you the difference in case you decide to order this and you think, well, because this was a little bit cheaper to do it this way and buy just the one side. But I didn't notice till just now when I was going to show you this. Look at the size difference. That is a huge size difference in the game, okay? So, and there's also a difference in the size of these. Can you tell? I mean, I wasn't sure if there was a glare on that plastic or not, but yeah. So just know, look at the measurements. I thought they'd all be just interchangeable, but not so much. So it just means I'll have to make two things of this, and that's fine. But for now, what I want to do is I'm going to take this 8 ounces and I want to add some more of my gold flakes. And I would like to be able to go up about halfway, but really I think I'm only going to be able to put about 4 ounces in each one. Oh, I need to turn off my ceiling fan. These are flying all over the place. But I'm going to put some of this in. And they're big right now. I don't care. We're going to stir it up really well. I'm going to break it apart a little bit here. Okay, we're going to start with that and see how that does. See if it's enough. Goodness sakes, boy, this stuff sticks to everything. Sticks to everything. Okay, I know it looks like I got quite a bit in there, but I've got 8 ounces, so kind of decided to go with a little bit more than I normally would. Sticking all over to my fingers. Okay, get in there. Okay. Let's get that a quick stir. I'm gonna go ahead and just use a stick. Get this in. Just start stirring it up really good. And then it just kind of starts breaking apart. Right now it's in a big blob. Kind of separate this out. Okay, that's about all I'm going to do for that one. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pour through here. About half of that. Do the other one on here. And let me end it right here. So there we go. I'm not going to do much to this. I'm just going to give it a quick spray, alcohol, and that's it. And we're going to let it cure. And when this is done, we will come back and we'll do the next step. Back with our Mancala board, and gosh, it's starting to look really pretty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back all of this with white. And I've only got about 6 ounces of Jade Diction here. So I'm not sure how far that's going to go. But I'm going to give this a try. Let me get my pigment paste. Okay, I'm going to be using Angel White, Larez. Just my 6 ounces, I'm probably going to do about this much. I want a nice white. That should be plenty. Okay, so I'm going to try to divide this up kind of equally here, about 3 ounces in each side. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be enough to cover this, but I want there to be equal amounts of it on each side. Okay, right there was about 2 ounces, so I'm going to do 1 more ounce. Another 1/2 ounce. Okay, there we go. That's right at 3 ounces. We'll put the rest over here. Okay, and let's go ahead and see if we can get some of the white up, cover some of these little pockets here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and just mix up a bit more resin and add some more white to this and get it topped off so that we can get this started to cure, and then we'll start working on our little bead button things that go on the inside. Okay, I will be back in a bit. I have got some more resin made up, and so I think I'm going to only start with about 4 ounces, and I'm going to pour it back into this cup that's already got the white. Just going to add a bit more pigment to it, and I'm hoping that I can finish this off with just 4 more ounces. Okay, so I'm going to get my Larez pigment paste and add a bit more. All right, now I'm going to do one quick spray of alcohol. I've got a couple bubbles I see. It's on the one that we've already poured. It looks like my table might not be completely level here. I'm going to come in here and just pour a little bit through here. Want those little spots covered. And that took about 2 ounces. Gosh, this might need just a bit more, you guys. I see one thing I'm noticing is that the little places, the little cups that hold your little game pieces are not that much. They're like right up to the rim of the mold. Pretty darn close. Well, I guess that's what they stand on, though, is the rim of those. All right, that's not going to be quite enough. I've got to have it, I've got to make sure it's covered. So we're going to do another, I guess about another couple ounces here. And this is going to be really, really to the top. I'm going to give it a quick spray of alcohol. And I'm going to move this over the curing rack. I'm just going to, now see, I can already see it starting to separate a little bit over those little bumps. Just barely there. Hello, everybody. Okay, these are completely cured and they are nice and smooth. And you can see that we went all the way to the top of the mold and it's looking pretty good. So I'm excited to get these out of here. Let's see what they look like on the back. Okay, so here's this one. Actually, let's go ahead and take them both out before we turn them over. I think it'd be more fun to do it that way, maybe. They come out of the mold really easily. No problems there. See some of that black coming through there. Okay, let's start with this one and we'll turn it over and see how it did. We don't really have too much overage anywhere. So here it goes. Oh gosh, you guys. Actually, that turned out really pretty. Really pretty. I actually really love this. We have a lot of translucent here, kind of in between some of this black and the white. And it actually just gave it kind of a pretty classy look, honestly. Yeah, I really like that. Okay, let's turn this one over and see how it compares with that one. Wow, okay, gosh. That is just really turned out pretty. I really like it. I'm glad that we did the black and then brought in the gold. As you can see, some of that gold is just kind of floating in there. And then we've got white and yeah, really pretty. So together it would go like this, okay? And then the board is made to close like that, okay? And this turned out actually really pretty. We've got kind of a little bit of a marbly effect back here. And, you know, we had a couple of different shades of white, which kind of gives it a really pretty marbly effect. So this would actually, the back of the board is actually even pretty. So, gosh, okay, that is really pretty. Actually, it turned out even better than I expected. And oh my gosh, look we had the two separate molds side by side and did not plan this at all. How crazy is that? It looks like, even up here, it looks like we planned this to just kind of come in together. Wow, that's really kind of fun. So let me get the hardware. I haven't even taken this out to see what this is gonna take to do. I was hoping that there would be holes in there already, and there is not. But yeah, this turned out really nice. This would make a great gift, or if you're selling things like this at craft fairs, or if you make dominoes or anything like that, which I have a really nice domino mold, and you know, I haven't made it yet. My family, we actually do play dominoes, so I can't really do any kind of a design on the back or anything, because the kind of dominoes we play, you don't want to know what each other has. So anyway, I've been just trying to kind of figure out what I want to do for color on that before I try it. Okay, so I'm assuming here we're going to need 2 of these. We need 2. Let's see, do we want that? How would that be? No, definitely, yeah, you would definitely want them up, because this facing up, it closes all the way. If I was to turn it, the other way around with this little thing facing down, it doesn't close all the way. That's as far as it goes. So that's important to know. And gosh, I don't know if my little hand drill is going to be enough for that. Let's see, how close would you want this? Really, I'm not sure how you would do that. Do you give it a little space in between? Like a little room? You know, it comes with no directions. So you just kind of have to wing it. But there's enough here with this set to do four different boards. Okay, so you need 8 screws to complete it. And let's put all these back in there. I really don't want to have to get my electric drill out. I'm hoping I can just start this with my little hand drill here. This is so pretty, you guys, and we took so much time with it that I really don't want to mess it up. I'm just really trying to figure out the best way. I'm going to have to, one thing is I'm going to have to make sure that that they're both completely level with each other. I feel like they would go about here and here, maybe. All right, well, I'm going to figure this out as far as like the placement of these, okay? And then I'll be back and we will put this together. I'll see you in just a little bit. Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you what I'm doing with this part. I just have my little hand drill here, and I started out with the smallest little drill bit that I had. And I went ahead and I marked my holes here. I measured them in by millimeters, okay? And then I marked it with just a little silver pen, something that I could see. And I just barely got them started there, okay? So now what I've done is I've moved up to the next size of a drill bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but I'm going to go in and just start it just a bit more, just enough so that I can get that the little screw to go in. I don't want to go very deep because those screws aren't very long. And I'm just really hopeful that this is going to be even. If I measured correctly, then it should be just fine. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Just these little screw indents started. But you see these screws here? They're not very long, so I don't want to go very far. And I'm going to go grab my little screwdriver and see if we can get these first couple of plates in. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I found my really small Phillips screwdriver here. Hopefully this is magnetic. I don't know that it is, but see, and I want it going this way. Let's see, I'm going to turn it this way a bit so you can see that a little bit better. I'm not going to record this whole process because I'm sure you guys don't want to see the whole thing, but I thought you might just want to see kind of the beginnings of what I'm doing here. Well, I tried to find a YouTube video on somebody putting one of these together, and I found a couple of Mancala board videos, but nobody wanted to record actually doing this part, which now I don't blame them. So let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is gonna be a little tougher. I might have to go a little bit. Oh, let's see. Nope. I think I'm going to have to go a little bit bigger of a drill bit. I think this one here. Feel free to fast forward any of this part that is like you already know what you're doing and you're completely bored by it. I never expect you guys to watch all of this kind of stuff, so, or any of it actually. All right, let's go ahead and get this, see if I can get a little bit bigger of a start for those screws. They're so fat. Okay. Let's see, it's time to try this first before well, that might be a little bit better. Let's try that now. Let's see if this one is magnetic, maybe. Is it? Not really, but it might fit in there a bit better. No, I have a magnetic screwdriver around here somewhere. You want to make sure your little folding part is going to stand up over the edge, or else it's not going to close all the way. Let's go in a bit more. That's not going in straight, is it? Okay, I'll have to tighten that all up as we can. I think I better go ahead and measure. Okay, here it is with our second set of holes. And this time I didn't start with the fine tip drill bit. I just started with the one I needed because I knew how high up I needed to go. And now the tricky part is getting this all put together, right? So hopefully this will all line up and it will work right. Let's see. And whoops, come back here. Phew, okay, you guys, it's done. Okay, so I think if I make another one of these, it should go a little quicker. Our screws hopefully are all in there, so this should open and close really easily. This will be the big test, if this was all worth it or not. Gosh, okay. Let's see. Get my tools out of the way. All right. Here we go. Good luck. It's gonna work. Out of the way. Oh my gosh, it does. It works. It works great. Yay. Oh my gosh, look at this. Folds out nice and flat. Nice and flat. And it folds up really well. Yay. Okay, so that makes me super happy. So now I've got fingerprints and stuff all over this. But gosh, it just turned out so pretty. So now the only thing left we need to do is to make the little beads, the little gemstone things, and take those out of the mold and see how they would look all together in here. And I'm going to go ahead and clean this up because the fingerprints all kind of bothers me a little bit. But yeah, so far it's looking pretty good. Right, so I'll be back here in just a little bit and we will finish working on those the little beads that go in here. I think, you know, I actually kind of like this bright white down in the bottoms because that will make the gems that we use, whatever colors we decide to use, they will pop and show up really well. And that is part of the fun of the game. Just all the colorful little beads and things. So, okay, hello you guys, I am back and we are going to start working on these little button things here. And I have got a little bit of leftover resin from a different project. So we are going to just go ahead and use this Let's see here. My resin's starting to get kind of warm, but you know, these little buttons would be a great thing to do if you have some leftover resin. You can use translucent or opaque, just whatever you want for your little gemstones. I kind of wanted mine in translucent, kind of like gems, you know? Thought it would look pretty with that white. Now there's 24 of these and you need 24 for each player, so we're going to have to do this twice. But I'm probably only going to do it with you here once, and then you'll see what I'm doing. You won't have to watch me make more. There it is. I'm going to give it a quick spray of alcohol, and then kind of probably come in and clean up my little bit of a mess there with it. But when these are cured, we'll come back and we'll take them out and we'll put them all together. Okay, I will see you all then. Hello, everybody. I am back. Our little button things here are completely cured, and I see that some of them are really nice and full, and then I see I went a bit shallow on a couple of them that I didn't notice because the translucent color was actually kind of hard to tell how full they were. But it's not going to matter a whole lot. Let's go ahead and take them out of here. See how they look. Oh gosh, they're just turned out really cute, really pretty. They're a great size, and they just pop right out of these molds really, really well. The molds make them nice and shiny. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repeat this same thing with the next 24 that I do, and I'll probably just change up the colors a bit. But in this game, it doesn't go by colors. Like, it doesn't matter what colors they are. I could make these all the same colors and you just blend them together. They could be all completely the same color if you wanted. That part doesn't matter because you're just kind of going through all the individual little cups, and you're trying to get your little pieces back to your home spot. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on how to play the game, and that's probably what I would recommend because, you know, if you're like me, it's a lot easier just to watch somebody play to get the idea of something like that than to try to read the instructions. Just depends on what works best for you. But these are turning out just great, really nice and bright and pretty. So what you would do then is, gosh, I'm just so happy with this. So happy. So you would just have these little beads, like, you know, up throughout the thing like this, and they fit in there just really nicely. They'd be easy to take in and out. No problems there. So, gosh, you guys, this is it. I'm just so excited about it. I hope that you've enjoyed making this with me. Thank you for your patience with me trying to get it put together. That did take a little bit longer than I thought. Let me take you out of the camera stand and bring you down a little bit closer so you can get a better look. But here it is. I am just really, really happy with the way this turned out. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this project. Let me know if you play the game. I guess I never really showed you what the sides look like, but you can see here that even the sides are really pretty. Got a little bit of the black, the translucent, everything just comes through really, really nicely. Yeah, really happy with it. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed it as well. All right, everyone. Thanks again. I really appreciate you joining me, and I will see you all next time.